you might have already heard what I told about traditional AI. That is basically your rule-based system. Machine learning is basically intelligence which system was able to get or understand based on the patterns in the data that you were giving to your system. For example, if I talk about, right, you might have already on your phones, you might already be having fingerprint, right, based on the fingerprint. So if I close it based on my fingerprint, it will auto open it, right? So what am I trying to do here, or what is this intelligence there in your mobile that based on your fingerprint it is able to detect you, but it is not able to detect anyone else? So what is happening here exactly? Initially you are trying to feed in your fingerprint, right? You are giving different samples of your fingerprint to your mobile, and based on those samples that you have given, what it is able to do is it is able to detect that okay, these are the patterns for this particular person's fingerprint, right? And next time whenever the same fingerprint comes up, it will auto unlock. And same is with your face, right? You are giving some data. On that data, your system or the computer, whether it is phone, whether it is laptop, anything it is, I'll talk about that system, computer, right, that is able to understand and detect the patterns, and based on that you are able to get the desired out, right? So that particular part was a part of machine learning. Now what has happened is generative AI or AI agents, that it is also able to create new content. In this, it was not able to create a new content. It was not able to create a new text. It was not able to create a new story. It was not able to create a new image of my own, or it was not able to create a new fingerprint of my own, right? All those things cannot happen. But with generative AI, it is able to create new things. It is able to connect with different tools to get their data, analyze on it, and then do a particular task on its own, create on its own, right? So that is what is the difference. This is basically your AI landscape: artificial intelligence, machine learning, then deep learning is also understanding patterns on its own, and then now you have the Gen AI, and the AI agents is also a part of generative AI itself, right?
Shanti, just sorry to interrupt. I would like to add on one or two things here. Can you go to the previous slide?
This one?
Yeah. So hello everyone. Good morning. I am Sahit, and I am from the one of the team member of Shalki. So I would like to add on one more thing here. So I am also like having the expertise in the analytics area, AI analytics I work on. The traditional AI system, which is mentioned in the point number 01. So this is something which we all have been doing it in the past, and we are even doing it in the current ecosystem.
Correct.
So most of you are using Excel. Excel is one thing which is very common in all the business processes, whether it is finance or HR, marketing, sales, operations, everywhere we are using Excel. So let's say we... Yes, it is a very common thing. Can you please be on mute? Yeah, thank you. So the traditional AI, you can call it as, it was a rule-based system that you are using a VLOOKUP function, you are using some pivot table, you are using some SUMIF function. So some rule has been defined in the programming, and you can use the function the way it is designed. Only that particular way you can use it. If suppose you have any additional requirement, so again you need a developer who can do the VBA coding, VBA macros we do in Excel, who can again write a rule, who can again write a new logic, and then the function can work, right? So that was a rule-based kind of system, how the industry had been working in the past. The second thing which you are seeing here is machine learning. So this particular subject was very popular in the last 8-9 years or 10 years, wherein the people coming from the computer science background, so they actually learn all these statistics, mathematics, a lot of you might have been aware of the Bayes theorem. We have done Gaussian distribution, lot of theorems we have done in the past, right? So all these fundamentals the people actually learn, and they implement it using a coding language which is either Python or R language. So that was the traditional, after traditional, that was the machine learning ecosystem where people were actually doing everything using the code. But people who are coming from the non-coding background, let's say somebody doesn't know Python, somebody doesn't know Java language. Again, we are dependent on somebody from the IT team that they are going to build an application, or they are going to build something, maybe a code for us, which we can use it in our day-to-day work, right? We were always dependent on them. In the similar way, in the point number 02, machine learning, only those people were able to implement it who were actually doing the coding. If we don't know the coding, we are not able to work on that, right? But since the time is evolving, the time is changing now, and things have been moving to Power BI, Tableau, wherein I don't know how many of you have used it, but these again, Power BI kind of tools or Tableau kind of tools, this is like a drag and drop kind of feature. The way we use the pivot table, we can create our own visualizations, we can create our own reports. The similar way, the generative AI system has came into picture, wherein a person doesn't require any coding knowledge. Now it is a time of no coding environment. The person doesn't require any coding language. Anybody who is not even having a zero background of the coding, they can do all the tasks using these AI tools like Claude, ChatGPT, the Copilot. There are so many applications, AI systems available in the market nowadays, right? So this is how the industry is evolving, and the blessing we all have is we don't have to be even dependent on developers now. Even if we have a basic understanding how the application, how the IT system actually works, everything we can do on our own. We don't have to be dependent on the developers who were actually doing the coding before, right? Yeah, Shanti, over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the insights. I'll quickly go to the LLMs. So, what is the role of LLMs? The main role of LLMs is basically understanding the context that you are asking in your particular question, right? It will try to process all the documents, mails, emails, reports, everything that it has, and it will try to create new content. Whether it is writing a new email, whether it is writing just a new story, whether it is summarizing anything, whether it is writing code or any such kind of thing, right? So that is the main task of LLM, right? It will analyze it and it will translate and transform it into your particular language, right? So that is the main goal of LLM. And when we talk about AI powered chatbots, the main goal of AI powered chatbots was previously, till 2022 or 2023 also, I would say, it was just LLMs behind it, right? Which was trying to get the data from some knowledge base which it was trained on. LLMs are trained on some particular data mostly, right? So it is trying to get the knowledge from that particular trained data, and it is trying to give you the answers or summarize the answers for your particular questions, right?